Sever your attention from the world's static right now. Anchor your focus here. Abandon the endless scrolling, silence the external distractions, and let the chaotic noise of the material world fade entirely into the background. Because a profound spiritual lock has just clicked into place within your energy field, and you need to feel its weight before your analytical mind tries to logically explain it away. This transmission did not intersect with your feed by accident. In the quantum field of Allah's creation, there are no accidents. There is only divine decree and frequency matching. The undeniable fact that you are reading these words right now proves something specific about your soul. Your spiritual shield is about to become completely untouchable. Not unstoppable in the loud, aggressive, ego-driven way the world uses that word. Untouchable in the way that pure divine light is untouchable. In the way that a heart anchored in absolute trust in Allah, once it reaches a certain state of coherence, cannot be disrupted by anything vibrating beneath it. That is what is happening to you right now. Reality does not work the way the heedless masses were taught. You were told that you must frantically hunt for wisdom and force outcomes. The deeper truth is that under the command of the all-wise, divine guidance hunts you. Right now, your spiritual heart is operating at an altitude that called this exact reminder directly into your experience. You did not randomly find this. Your soul's frequency qualified for it. Breathe deeply right now. Inhale the peace of this moment. Hold it and release the tension. What we are about to move through is not casual content. It is a structural decoding of your current spiritual shift. Something in you has been feeling it for days, maybe weeks, a strange, undeniable sense that the ground beneath your old worldly life is dissolving. It is not collapsing, it is being systematically dissolved by Allah to replace it with absolute truth. You couldn't explain it to anyone around you because they are still operating in the dense, low-frequency static of the world. But you have crossed a divine threshold, and there is no going back.
Here is what society never tells you about stepping into your true spiritual power. It does not feel like victory at first. It feels like intense isolation. It feels like everything that used to satisfy your ego suddenly stops working. Relationships built on superficial worldly ties feel suffocating. Goals that once excited you now feel hollow, and routines that gave you structure now feel like cages. If you do not understand the mechanics of spiritual purification, you will think something is wrong with you. You will think you are breaking down. But here is the absolute truth. You are not breaking down. You are breaking through. Your quantum field is reorganizing itself under the banner of oneness of Allah. When that happens, everything that does not match this pure frequency must fall away. It is not punishment from Allah, it is divine physics. When your frequency elevates, your environment must either rise to match it or be purged from your field entirely. You have been watching people step back and situations dissolve. That is not loss. That is your spiritual field proving what it is becoming. Imagine a woman named Aisha. She lived in a dense village at the base of a mountain, carrying stagnant, muddy water from the low river every single morning. It exhausted her soul, but everyone in the village did it, so she never questioned it. One morning, her body simply refused to make the walk. The villagers whispered with judgment, claiming she had lost her mind. But Aisha felt the pull of a different frequency, a hidden pure mountain spring of innate nature high above the village fog. When she climbed the mountain and tasted that pristine water, it healed her instantly. The spring had been flowing for millennia, but it could only be discovered by someone whose system absolutely refused the stagnant water of the valley. You are Aisha right now. Your spiritual system is actively rejecting low frequencies that used to feel normal. The people around you might judge you with confusion, but somewhere deep in the architecture of your soul, you know this is not a breakdown, it's an upgrade, so profound that your old worldly life literally cannot contain it. Every human being generates a measurable electromagnetic field. Modern science, like the Heart Math Institute, proves your heart generates a field extending feet beyond your body. But Islamic quantum mechanics reveals that this field is informational. It carries the vibrational imprint of your faith, every prayer you make, and every intention you hold. This field is in constant communication with the divine fabric of reality. Your field broadcasts a frequency, and by the decree of Allah, reality answers that broadcast. What you observe, you influence. What you vibrate, you attract. What you become coherent with, you make inevitable. When your heart reaches an absolute sincerity, something miraculous happens. The internal static drops out. The self-doubt, the hypocrisy, and the constant negotiation between your ego and your soul fall silent. For most of your life, that incoherence was normal. But recently, the light of Iman started winning. Your dominant frequency became more coherent than your residual traumas. When that happens, you cross a threshold of unshakable certainty. You become unstoppable, not because nothing can challenge you, but because nothing can destabilize your core. The storms of the Dunya still blow, but your center holds. Anything that is not a match simply slides off your field of light like water off stone. Your divine light is not just a metaphor for goodness, it is an energetic reality. It is the boundary between your pure frequency and the chaotic frequencies of the world. When your field is incoherent and weak in faith, that boundary is porous. Other people's worldly anxieties bleed into yours. You absorb energetic debris from every toxic interaction and every piece of mindless content you consume. But when your heart is anchored in Allah, your divine light becomes a filter of extraordinary precision. It filters by frequency. What aligns with your divine purpose passes through. What does not is redirected. It cannot attach. It cannot penetrate. Why is this happening to you right now? The answer is both simple and profound. You are ready. Readiness is not a sudden human decision. Readiness is an accumulation. It is the sum total of every trial you have endured with patience, every illusion of the Dunya you have seen through, and every moment of radical honesty you have allowed yourself before your Creator. Think of your soul like a vessel being forged in fire. Every challenge was not a punishment, it was tempering. Every dark night was the universe hollowing out your ego so your heart could hold more divine light. The vessel is ready, and now the light of Sakina is pouring in. Place your right hand over the center of your chest right now. Feel the warmth of your palm against your spiritual heart, Qalb, and speak these words to your soul. O Allah, I am ready for the light I am becoming. Feel your body respond. Notice the warmth that spreads or the tightness that releases. That is your quantum field recognizing its own coherence being declared. When your words match your inner frequency of faith, reality
restructures around that point of coherence. But here's what most teachings omit: the resistance field. When you elevate your frequency, the dense systems around you initially push back. When you commit to your highest path, old toxic patterns roar back. When you declare your sovereignty under Allah, everyone who benefited from your compliance suddenly demands your energy. It is not a conspiracy, it is physics. The old system is testing your new frequency. Every time you hold your center and refuse to collapse back into heedlessness, you pass the test. The divine decree updates. The resistance crumbles into support. There was once a guardian named Tariq who tended a lighthouse on a rocky island. Every night, his light guided ships to safety. But one night, a suffocating, heavy fog rolled in, so thick he couldn't even see his own beam. A dark whisper in his mind said, "What is the point? No one can see your light in this fog. Let the fire die." But Tariq replied, "I do not light the lamp because I can see the ships. I light the lamp because it is who I am." He kept the flame burning. At dawn, when the fog lifted, 17 ships were anchored safely in the harbor. They had followed his light through the blinding dark. You are Tariq right now. You are standing in the heavy fog of the world. You cannot see the impact of your faith. You cannot see who is being guided by your coherence. The whispers of the ego tell you to dim your light and blend back into the heedless crowd. But I am telling you, do not let the fire of your faith die. Your light is reaching further than you know. The fog is temporary. Your light is eternal. Keep it burning. True unstoppability has nothing to do with forceful ego. When water flows toward the ocean, it does not push or grit its teeth. It follows its divine nature. When it hits a rock, it flows around it, over it, or through it. Water is unstoppable because it is completely coherent with its design. When you strip away every false idol of the world, every inherited fear, every superficial identity, every standard of success written by people who don't know your soul, what remains is your pure signal of Tawheed. Uncluttered by interference, that signal makes you untouchable.
Your quantum field does not just protect you, it projects you. It draws matching realities toward you with a precision your conscious mind cannot comprehend. Every resource, every synchronicity, every open door is being arranged by the intelligence of your coherent field under the decree of Allah. You do not have to frantically hunt for your destiny. Your destiny is looking for you. Attraction replaces desperate pursuit. Alignment replaces anxiety. As you move through the coming weeks, you will navigate the 4 stages of quantum purification. Dissolution, the old falls away. Habits, superficial friends, and false certainties dissolve. This is not destruction, it is composting. Let it go. The void, the space between the old and the new. Nothing has arrived yet. The ego panics, but this is the ultimate test of patience. Sit in the void. Wait on the timing of your Lord. Emergence. The new takes shape through subtle nudges and quiet guidance. Follow the pull of your intuition, even if you cannot see the full staircase. Coherence. Everything locks in. Your new frequency becomes your unshakable baseline. Synchronicities accelerate, and you realize you have arrived at your truest self. If this transmission has resonated with your soul, if you felt the shift in your chest, go to the comments below right now and type these exact words. My heart is anchored in Allah. My divine light is active. Treat this not as positive thinking, but as a definitive frequency stamp. You are casting a coherence vote into the collective field of the Ummah, declaring that another node of light has come online. Every node that declares itself strengthens the entire network. Hit the subscribe button to anchor your frequency in this space. You are choosing coherence over chaos, and every time you make that choice, your halo brightens by another degree. You do not need to be flawlessly perfect to be unstoppable. You just need to be coherent. Even when you stumble, the fundamental direction of your energy remains pointed toward your Creator. The flame might flicker, but it does not go out. Place your hand on your chest one final time and say out loud, I am ready for the light I am becoming. Feel the pulse. Feel the coherence lock in. Your frequency is your absolute protection. Your authenticity is your technology. Your quantum field of light is fully activating now. Welcome to the field. You have always belonged here. You just needed to remember. To take this activation into absolute permanence, watch the video titled "The Quantum Field Just Confirmed Your Protection Protocol is Alive," because it reveals the exact mechanics of how your field is already shielding you in ways your conscious mind has not yet recognized, locking this activation into physical reality tonight.